This tutorial will help you create After Effects level animations using CapCut PC. First, let's check out the video.
Most people stop learning after they've stopped being forced to learn. Swap 20 hours of weekly distraction for 20 hours of self-education.
In this video, we're looking at a variety of shapes, like rectangles, triangles, and circles. First, head over to Canva and grab those shapes. You can search here for the specific ones you need. If you haven't subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. Once you're done, make sure to check the option for a transparent background before saving the shapes. First, we'll add the line, then change its orientation, then the given text. Next, we'll add a circle. Simply type a dot in the text box and increase its size to the desired level. Now, add more dots to create additional circles. Apply the typer animation. Now duplicate the layer. We need to keep the numbers the same but in a smaller size while maintaining the same length. To do this, go to character spacing and adjust it accordingly. Now add line below second layer of the circles. Repeat this for the third layer. Now align all the layers exactly on the line by using X and Y position. Now, I'm duplicating the last circle layer and make a compound clip of all the layers, remove all the dots from the duplicate layer, but keep one so we can make it jump and place it on the last dot. Let's animate the dot. Sorry, I made a mistake here. You need to create two text layers, one for the static text and another for hitting the dot to create the animation. But let's fix that by opening the compound clip. Double-click on it and we'll remove learn from the existing text layer. Then we'll add another text layer that only contains the word learn. Let's animate it. Add a keyframe, go a few frames forward and add another keyframe. Now move the word learn to the corner of the last dot, making it look like it's hitting the dot. Now let's make the dot go up using keyframes. Add a keyframe where learn hits the dot and move the dot all the way up. Add a keyframe. Then, add another keyframe to text layer to animate it back to its original position. Let's compare it with the original. I had moved the wrong text and the wrong circle, but we've learned how to do that. Now we can see the dot coming back slightly and the next animation fading in. Now add another keyframe and slightly move the dot down. Next, add a fade out animation and we'll begin creating the next scene. Check out this awesome 3D room. Let's dive in and create it together. And hey, if you're loving this, smash that subscribe button for more valuable content. We're going to use the same 3D room model, just place the lines above it. You can uncheck the uniform scale option to open both the length and width scales. If that doesn't work, add a text box, fill it with a lot of dots and reduce the character spacing to create a line. Now, make a compound clip of it. Let's adjust it using length and width. And fix it to the size of the line. Use rotation to adjust it perfectly. If you're having trouble fixing it by hand, you can use the X, Y, and rotation properties to adjust it perfectly. Make duplicates one by one and adjust them accordingly to the lines of the room. Repeat this process until you are finished. I really wish I had taken geometry class seriously. Now, let's create those shape pop-outs. This is going to get technical. Duplicate the line and adjust it to match the size of the original. Add another one and fix it just like we did for the line above. If you know geometry, you can create it without placing lines above. Just kidding. Now, we need the shapes again. Previously, we only downloaded the strokes, so let's head back to Canva. Search for the shapes in the Elements section and add them one by one. Let's head back to CapCut for the next animations. Since we're working with so many media tracks, let's reduce them by creating a compound clip for all the layers except for the last two. Drag the triangle onto the timeline. Now we need to tilt it. I really miss Premiere's basic 3D effect. It's such a necessary feature. I hope they add it soon. If you know how to do this in CapCut, let me know because I'm exploring CapCut just like you. I found a shortcut to achieve a similar effect. It's not perfect, but with a few tweaks, we can make it work. Add this combo animation to the triangle and create a compound clip of it. Once that's done, go through the clip to find the perfect moment when it tilts to meet our requirements and freeze the frame here. Now fix and align it on the two lines. Once aligned, we will use the masking tool to make the lines appear as if they're coming out. Go to the mask, select the horizontal mask, and add a keyframe on the first frame. Then, add another keyframe where you want your lines to be completely visible coming out of the wall. Clear. Now we will make the triangle pop out of the wall, using keyframes to perfectly match the timing of both layers as they come out together. Perfect. Let's add a glow effect to the portion where the triangle is completely coming out. Now, go to the effect and add Glow 2. Keep it for just a few frames. Now, let's add the stroke triangle and make it appear as if it's coming out of the glowing triangle. Apply the Flip 4 animation, create a compound clip, and freeze the frame. Adjust it accordingly, and then animate it using keyframes. Now, make a compound clip and increase its speed, allowing for more pop-outs and triangles falling. To achieve this effect, shorten the pop-out compound clip and make copies of it. Here's the tricky part. You need to reverse the copied clip. Repeat this process until you reach the desired number of movements. And place the triangle stroke layer accordingly. This will ensure that the visuals align perfectly with the animations we've created. Let's keep everything looking sharp and dynamic. Now you've learned the tricks for the triangle. We'll apply the same techniques for the rest of the shapes, circle and rectangle. Follow the same process to make them pop and flow smoothly with the animation. It's all about repetition and creativity. Creativity credits go to Danko. That man has crafted this beautiful minimalist style that I love the most in viral content. Video editing is all about telling visual stories. Software doesn't matter. Sure, they might matter for Hollywood films, but for social media, any tool works. Focus on mastering storytelling on any software, and you'll have an art form that's above just video editing. And let's see how it looks. It's not as smooth as Danko's style, but it gives us 80% of that similarity. With a bit more refining, we'll get even closer to that sleek. I've exported the project as it was lagging and brought all the assets back. Now let's start working on the final animation for today, the book page folding animation. There are two ways to do this. Either create it from scratch or go to the original file and make a preset of it. Once that's done, go to your new project, access your preset, and bring this Danko preset into your media. Double-click it to open and remove any unwanted lines one by one. Now we're left with one last thing, the page turn. To make the page turn, first we need to create a page, then add lines above the existing lines of the page. To animate the page turn, we'll use another trick. CapCut is all about tricks and shortcuts, and once you understand them, you can create After Effects style animations in less than a quarter of the time. First, go to Uniform Scale and uncheck it. Now, adjust the width. And it worked. It looks just like a page turning. Now create a compound clip of it and make a duplicate. flip it and reverse the clip. You've just created a fake page turn without actually turning the page, and that's the end of this animation. Let's see how it looks. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing. Otherwise, you might miss out on more great storytelling knowledge. Just kidding. For a great channel, I need a great audience. Bye, and see you in the next video.